hate that one wholeheartedly. Wholeheartedly.
Comedians dressing up in whiteface, and I have Candace Owens claiming I murdered my husband. And the list goes on and on and on.
On the heels of the White House Correspondents' Dinner, she tweeted that she would be addressing her latest traumatization, and she did that today. She said, I need to spend time with my family. We should have pulled the tweet. She went literally in one sentence. She said, I after today's traumatizing shooting, I need to spend time with my family, and then I will be on the Charlie Kirk show on Wednesday. So I think she just needed 48 hours. And what we got today was objectively weird. It was weird for a couple of reasons. First is that it was 9 minutes, and then they just
weird, bro.
played Charlie Kirk clips for the remaining almost 2 hours. Second thing is that it was pre-recorded, okay? It was straight from the teleprompter, and it was very clearly not written by her. We can kind of go over the points that she delivered, and yes, there's been immediate backlash, and yes, I am already being blamed for the immediate backlash because it's always somebody else's fault when it comes to Erika Kirk, okay? So the first thing that's weird is the reason that she gives for people asking that question, why did you go to the White House Correspondents' Dinner? You literally just said you couldn't do your UGA commitment because there were credible threats, and you couldn't trust the Secret Service to absolve them. Then you did an event with Trump, which relied upon the Secret Service, and then now you're doing another event, and it's like a press event, right? That actually Charlie hated. He always made fun of the White House Correspondents' Dinner. So why do you feel obliged to show up here? And here is the answer that she provided. Take a listen.
And everyone is asking why I even went to the White House Correspondents' Dinner, and it was because many of the journalists in that room have attempted to dehumanize me, and I wanted to meet some of them face to face, quite frankly. Why have a conversation about me when you can have a conversation with me? So, for example, a journalist from the Daily Mail came up to me.
Nobody want to talk to
She
you.
introduced herself, and she was saying,
Hey, welcome in, guys.
She was saying,
Hit
"You look
that
so
like.
beautiful. I'm so sorry
Hey,
for your
subscribe.
loss."
Let's learn about Candace and fucking Erika.
To which I
Why not?
replied, "It is
I
so
got
nice
some percentage heroes.
to put a name
Oh, here we
to
go.
face, especially with all of the slander, the lies, accusations that are out there surrounding my husband's murder."
Get in here, guys. Get in here, hit that like.
And I said to her,
I got a secret for you guys. I got a Senator Heroes right here. Hang on.
"This is my first time
Hang on, you guys can have a
at the
code.
White House Correspondents' Dinner,
Oh.
and I find it
Fucking
so
up this pack opening. Wait a minute. Here we
the
go.
dynamic that is going on right now because
Can
everyone
have
is
this
all
code card,
dressed
guys.
up,
Remember it.
and you guys are
Quickly.
co-mingling in and out of each other's cocktail parties.
Come on, baby.
And so for one night, you were able to
Come
put
on,
aside all your
Jengar.
differences
On the
for the
live.
sake of freedom of speech.
Come on, Candace, you got my back or what,
And
bro?
then by Monday morning,
You're nothing.
things will go back to being an
Oh, we'll keep
absolute
going?
bloodbath between all of you.
We'll
To
keep
which she
going,
replied,
I got more.
literally, she said, "I know. Isn't it special, right? Isn't tonight so special?"
What?
Any buyers?
Any buyers?
Any
Anybody?
takers of that? That she went just for the social experiment of it all? And by the way, I know we're not allowed to remember anything she says yesterday, but I'm pretty sure that when she sat down with Caroline Levitt on stage at Turning Point event,
Hey,
she
one
says that
thumbs
she
up.
doesn't,
Thank you, guys.
read the
Appreciate that.
headlines, she's aware, she's completely removed. We've been told over and over
I got
again
more
that she's just
Pokemon.
not aware of what's going on. Now
Mega
she's saying,
Evolution.
she went
Let's
to
see if I
this
got
event
anything
because I
on
need
this
to
one.
confront these journalists who day in and day out. I actually know their names, which is more than I can say. I actually don't know the names of all journalists who write articles about me. I don't care to learn about their lives. I actually virtually never give them statements. Like my PR isn't open. You just go out there and say she doesn't care, she doesn't care, she doesn't care, because I just got tired of
She doesn't
answering
care,
for
she doesn't
things.
care, she doesn't care. I don't
But
care.
that's what we're getting.
about that.
Now
I
we're
don't
getting
care
that
about
she
either of
went
those.
there,
Alexander,
and she
nice.
got dolled up, and it was because she simply just wanted to, and she even went to a pre-party, I
She
believe,
wants
right,
attention.
that was posted as
That's
well.
what the fuck she
But
wants.
that was just because she wanted, it was a social experiment. Okay. And next she is going to say something that is ironic. Okay, she's gonna call out those journalists because she's on a, that's why she went to, just like, I don't like you journalists. She's gonna call them out for their reactions to the shooting. Okay, take a listen.
If you were in that room, you had no way of knowing what the status of the shooter was, how many there were, or honestly, really anything. It was just utter chaos. And so during an active shooting, these journalists are using their phones to find moments to capture for clips. They were so concerned about getting a video in a
Some
room
jackass.
with an active shooter that they could have accidentally and quite literally filmed themselves being shot. Many of those people have become so desensitized that fight or flight became
Hey, what up,
secondary to the
Lexi?
opportunity of putting themselves
Thanks for hanging out
into
with
the
me, girl.
story, which ironically breaks the #1 rule of journalism.
Pokemon and Candace Owens. That sounds like a
Anybody
good
in
ass
the chat
time.
want to tell her what's ironic about that statement? Anybody remember Terrell Farms?
Hey, 27 people in here. Come on,
And
guys.
when we said that was weird.
Come on, guys. I'm gonna do a Send the Heroes. Come on, guys.
And now Erika
Wait.
basically
Hey,
goes,
guys, I got a secret for you.
themselves
Hit that
and
subscribe. I'll tell you a
shooting.
secret, guys. Hey, listen. Hey,
This is Terrell Farms.
come on. Get in here, guys.
Know
Get
how
in
many
here.
shooters there are,
Candace
know
and Pokemon.
what's
Here,
going
remember that.
on.
Take that. You can keep that for
Seconds.
yourself.
This is not even a
See if I can
minute
get something
after
from a Sandy.
Charlie hits the
fuck it.
ground and he's behind him and he recorded.
Wish me luck, guys. Hit that
himself. Take a listen.
subscribe.
They just shot Charlie.
Fucking nut. Oh, no, man. Come on. Send it.
They just shot Charlie.
What the fuck's going on? Is this the correspondence there? What the fuck is this? What the hell is going on here?
They just shot Charlie.
Shots fired? What the fuck? Correspondence in there?
He's dead. God help him.
Oh, this is the Charlie Kirk thing. This is fucking crazy. Fucking crazy. R.I.P.
I'm
Charlie.
just pointing out irony, that's all. I know I'm gonna get crushed for that. How dare you remember? I feel kind of spending a lot of time on this case, and part of the bizarre reactions that the public doesn't feel good about. So I just think it's weird to call out journalists for exact same actions that your team took. That still works for you. Taking down cameras, all that's a bit weird. But if they started taking down cameras,
Weird.
you might think it was a little weird. Anyway, another part, which there's this random push coming from the White House, and you're gonna hear us from Erika and from the First Lady as well. Where I'm just starting to feel like they're coming after the First Amendment, right? And bizarrely, they're going after Jimmy Kimmel, which I'm again angry at. This is the second time that they're going to make me defend Jimmy Kimmel. They are trying to assert, and again, on the heels of Trump sharing that about me, on the heels of his advisors sharing this information about me, all right, going after my family, that it's actually Jimmy Kimmel's joke that is to blame for the White House Correspondents' incident, okay? And Erika Kirk is going to underscore that as well. Take a listen.
If you can just pause and just take a minute and ask yourself, how would you feel if even just one person made cruel jokes about the attempted murder of your loved one? That is what Jimmy Kimmel did.
Bro, why you dressed like that? You look like a fucking crazy person, bro.
She had the glow.
That bitch looking
of
like
an
something from Metal Gear
expected
Solid, bro.
widow. The glow of an expected
Just
widow.
like so
Just
disingenuous.
48 hours before that nightmare almost became a reality.
It was a joke. I can't do the Hillary Clinton campaign. I can't do it. I
I'm
can't
gonna
do.
call you Famu. What's up,
Trump
Famu?
would make a joke
I'm
about
trying to read
something,
that out
and then they'd all
and
get
try
out
and
and pretend
butcher
it
the
was
shit
super
out of that.
serious, and it's ironic because like Jimmy Kimmel was a part of that syndicate of people that did.
Welcome
this, and I
in.
said,
Hit that
no,
like
I
and
couldn't
subscribe,
Jimmy Kimmel.
guys. Hey,
Still,
thanks for the second
they're
thumbs up. I
Jimmy Kimmel.
appreciate it, guys.
They're flipping it.
Sorry,
now
trying to get
on
some
his
watch
head.
hours, doing
And
some
they're
Pokemon,
Jimmy
seeing if I can
Kimmel.
get some hits.
Okay, they're doing the thing where they pretend that a joke is existential. A clear and obvious joke is as
3
existential
thumbs up.
and
I'll
now,
take it all over you
the
guys.
source of shootings.
Let's open up
That's
another
that.
one. I
It
got
just happened
Mega
to be Jimmy Kimmel made a joke.
Evolution.
Man, like the joke. I don't love everything that's said about me. Oh well. Oh well. But
I'm looking for the
big
Gardevoir in
news,
here.
of course, is that as she got toward the end of this pre-written monologue, not written by her, is that she name dropped Drewski and she name dropped me, and that was supposed to be, I think, as they planned it. And this
Damn,
is why she's
4
gotta
packs.
stop working with Blake. Now, it's giving Blakey
Fuck.
wrote it. I know he's.
I hate
for
Pokemon
things.
sometimes.
This was supposed to be a moment of
Not even
bravery
the
or
EX
something,
out of it. Wow.
and it's gonna backfire. Take a listen.
Every morning I
I'll
wake
stop
up
complaining, I promise.
to a new headline lying about me.
I wonder
I
why.
have
I wonder
comedians
why.
dressing up in whiteface. I have people saying I'm not fit to be CEO, and I have Candace Owens claiming I murdered my husband. And the list goes on and on and on.
Man, it's just not, the performance of all of this is not good. And before we get to her claim, in which people immediately checked her on, and it was not trending in a good way, it's not trending for her in a good way, the reaction to this, whatever this was supposed to be, just an obvious lie. She wakes up to headlines and Candace Owens saying that she killed her husband. Now, I'll show you how they're trying to clean it up. It's similar to UGA. It's going to be narcissistic abuse, where they blame it, they try a way to wiggle out of Erika lying, as opposed to saying, oh, she misspoke. They're going to try to assert that, no, Candace did say this. But overall, before we get to that, the response has just been brutal, okay? Everyone is calling her out. They're saying that the look is wrong. People are making fun of saying that she looks like she came dressed up as the assassin that was walking up the stairs, allegedly. But also just her general demeanor. Okay, here are just some of the reactions. We can go through them. I guess I missed it. When did Candace Owens mention anywhere in the podcast that you murdered your husband? You didn't miss it. I trust gas station sushi more than I trust Erika Kirk. This user writes, I was hoping you were going to address all the questions being asked of you. This lecture was pointless. We're just getting lectured every day. We're so tired of being lectured. This person writes, Candace Owens never once made the explicit claim that you murdered your husband. All she has accused you of is being a liar and a fraud. By the way, when that is my repeat accusation, which I've proven that you lied.
Yeah, I don't think she accused her of
it's
killing
best
her
not to
husband.
lie.
That's crazy.
The monologue that you're going to come after me, right?
That'd be
like
wild.
That, come on, lights on, guys. This person says, so she's not resigning. She's ruining Turning Point USA. She should just go home and stay at her mom and stay as a mom to those poor kids that have no parents at this point. Here is another tweet. This person wrote, if Erika truly is just a grieving widow and not actually a bad person, which is now becoming harder and harder to believe, then somebody around her who cares needs to tell her the following. 1, her disposition is totally unlikable. 2, her delivery is completely untrustworthy. And 3, every time she opens her mouth, she digs herself a bigger hole. I would rather not tell a widow how to grieve, but I would advise a wannabe astroturfed CEO to go home and spend some more time with her kids that she claims to love so much. Here's another couple of funny tweets. Did Erika tell her stylist to, quote, give me the assassin outfit today? Another one, Erika Kirk trying to prove to us that she did not try to kill her husband. These are obvious jokes, guys. I know they're now criminalizing jokes, but these are jokes, okay? Erika Kirk out here dressing like Eminem when he got sober. I did not see that one before. That's very funny. This person, why is Erika Kirk wearing something that looks really similar to an Imperial officer's uniform from Star Wars? It's the theme music when they walk out. So yeah, across the board, people are laughing, they're mocking it, they're saying it was, you're lying, and also it's just weird. It was weird and it was awkward. And speaking of the lying, which, like I said, many people called out right away, as that person said, I've never made that statement on his podcast. Of course, they instantly then started realizing that they needed to defend it. And of course, they came out with 2 different excuses, okay? Blake Neff came out and said, well, Candace didn't say it, but she implied it. She implied it in the episode where I said that the police should drag Erika in for questioning, that Charlie would have already been dragged. He probably would have been arrested until further notice and asked questions if we had found this many holes in his story. Like, of course, they should have her phone. They should be asking her questions about various lies, because that's just how it works. So that was Blake Neff's excuse. Now, Andrew Colbett's excuse is even more bizarre. Andrew Colbett is going to present an out-of-context text message, which looks like it got passed around at Turning Point USA. I gotta give Andrew Colbett, like, they're never on board with, they're all like running in different directions, but he is the king of the narcissistic abuse of the public, right? He instantly comes out and starts chastising us, and he can never just be like, you know what? I would have instantly said she fumbled over her words. She meant to say that she feels Candace implied it, but of course that would have been a hard sell because it's very clearly scripted. And look, you have all over the internet, people are calling her out for lying. Why would she utter that statement? Why would she say that I accused her of murdering her husband? And
I don't know. She's crazy.
Viral, too many people
Fucking
obviously
crazy.
watched the show, so they just clocked it immediately. So Andrew did his thing. Right, to prove this was real, he presented a screenshot of a text message joke. A joke definitively sent by me. And I will say right now, Andrew Colbett, you have my full permission to release the entire conversation
Uh-oh.
because how dare you remove
How
this
dare
joke from
you.
its context, okay? And it's a
How
message that I've never
dare
revealed
you.
to the public. I stand by it. I'm assuming employees passed this around. It now kind of explains why so many people got fired. I think I'm grasping some understanding of that. And he presented it as an authentic exchange. Despite the cry emojis, I was being asked what questions I planned to ask Erika when we met up at the end of December. So you recall at this time, this was during the week where Erika was going viral for her interview with Barry Weiss for a number of very funny reasons, and they were pushing real hard in the press to assert that asking Erika any questions was despicable, off record, and it equated to accusing her of murdering her own husband. Okay, so I sent this as a joke, an obvious joke, which they know is a joke, because when I met up with Erika, I never asked this question, and I was being funny, and I still think it's funny, actually. I said this in response. I said, and that's on, this is the tweet. The person is asking, what are you gonna ask her? At the bottom here, you can see I said, I'm asking everything. First question, why did you murder your husband? Cry emoji. And again, the context of this was us making fun of Barry Weiss and Ben Shapiro and the syndicate of people that had come out and said that asking any questions about Erika Kirk at all was akin to just saying exactly that you murdered your own husband. This was never released to the public. It's a private conversation. So to pretend that that is what Erika was responding to today, how disingenuous can you be, Andrew? It's like, you have to get tired of it at some point. You just got to get tired of it. Again, I will assert publicly, you have my full permission. Go Max. Release the entire chain. I have nothing to hide. When I said and I asserted several times, there is not a single thing that he can point to that I said on this show that was leaked to me by Aubrey Leitch, like from December 15th, okay? Post getting fired, obviously she spoke out and I've had many conversations with her, but nothing was leaked to me about that I presented on this show about anything that was going on internal. So pretending that this joke that went around of I'm the first thing I'm going to ask her is why did you murder your husband? Like, why are you gay? Is a little over the top. Release it all. Let the public judge.
What,
I have nothing
gay,
to hide.
bro?
And in this investigation, when I went into that room, I believed that, Erika was being a little weird, but I thought that I was going to get straight answers, and then she lied to my face. And from that point on, when I clocked her on those lies and the public kept repeatedly clocking her on lies and seeing your reaction to it like it is right now, I grew increasingly suspicious of Erika. I remain suspicious of Erika. I think that is any person who is being honest. Why don't you respond to what I'm actually saying? I am saying that donors are telling us that that was an AI video or an AI audio that you presented of Charlie Kirk. Wouldn't that be a great time to clear that up? If you're going to sit there and you're going to point the finger at Candace Owens, I would have said, and it is egregious that Candace Owens is implying that we would make this up, that Charlie didn't want me to take over. And then you slam dunk, show the video of Charlie Kirk saying in Aspen that he wanted you to be the CEO. I have made a lot of claims about you lying, and I stand by the claims that I have made on this show, okay? I stand by the claims I have made. Like I said, I spoke to multiple donors that were at that event. It is strange that you will not release that video. It is strange that you are now pivoting to a private text message thread to assert that I said you murdered your husband. What does that mean? Did you shoot your husband? No, I'm not accusing you of shooting your husband. What I am assuming that I have been open about on the show is that it reeks of dishonesty. And that people told you this, there's something about your general nature that comes across as very dishonest. You don't seem to be interested in the very many holes. I wouldn't be able to stomach sitting or standing next to Kash Patel, and yet you do. You're sitting here at a White House Correspondents' Dinner. Why don't you ask him to give the defense what they need if you want a speedy trial, victim? Oh no, I'm just there to, for a social experiment. Well, you're standing next to the FBI director that's holding up your case. I wouldn't be able to stomach looking at Kash Patel, and you can. I'm sorry that we're all noticing these sorts of things and keeping track of the very many lies that you and Turning Point people have told. Biggest of all, which no one wants to address while they're putting on this widow grift, is the lie that you told about the surgeon going rogue, Erika. How about responding to that? The surgeon went rogue. Andrew Colvett went rogue. I wasn't a part of the conversation. You lied about that, Erika. That's a big lie. That's not a small lie. Okay, I'm not coming after you like the internet was in early days for wearing hot pants with JD Vance. I don't care about that. That's not relevant to me, how you style your hair, how you want to do your makeup, how much eyeliner you want to put on. That feels petty to me. But you lying, allegedly, according to donors that were present, about Charlie saying, I want you to take over if I get killed? Yeah, that matters. You lying about the surgeon and beginning the entire story about a Superman neck, but actually you were on the phone, but you lied to my face and you're pretending that I have to take that because you're a widow? No, that doesn't work for us, okay? That does not work for us. In fact, Baron Coleman called this out. The widow grift and trying to tell us that she's allowed to lie to us because her husband died is so on its face absurd that it should be rejected by all people everywhere. Take a listen to what Baron Coleman had to say on his show.
Nowhere in the Bible, nowhere in any religious tradition does it say, if you're a widow, you get a free pass to lie to anyone you want, to gaslight everybody you meet, for everything you've ever done in your entire life that is dog doo-doo. You just get overlooked. No one's allowed to bring it up. No one's allowed to talk about it. For the rest of your life, everyone has to fawn all over you and support you because, my God, you're a widow. It doesn't exist. I've looked at scripture. It's not in there. Erika, Graham, Gary, not in here. Andrew, Blake, doesn't say it. There's no requirement. I support her as the head of TPUSA. There's no prohibition on me criticizing her for documented falsehoods. None. None. And I'm tired of this gaslight play.
We're all tired of being gaslit all the time. We are so tired of them moving the goalpost and problematizing us, clocking the lies as what is problematic. Like, it's problematic that you recognize that she is lying. It's problematic that she keeps lying to your face and you keep noticing it, and she just moves to an absurd excuse like, oh, well, there was this private text chain where Candace said, Erika, did I actually, when I arrived, did I say, did you kill your husband? Oh, so it was probably a joke, Erika. It was probably a joke, and you should share the full context. Don't retweet, as she's done, Andrew Cole. Oh, no, that's the excuse for why I just said that publicly. This private chain that nobody saw. Everybody recognizes that as a lie. You guys just keep piling on the lies, and again, you can't get on board with the same messaging. Blake Neff already gave a different excuse. Well, she implied, Erika, no, it was this joke that happened in December. Private joke that happened in December. That's the reason we're saying that with the crying emojis. That's, nobody ever makes a private joke, obviously, that what she meant was that I killed my husband. Okay? Stop being ridiculous. Please hire a new PR team. You are not smarter than people in the public. You just aren't, actually. And I that's honestly going to be your only saving grace is to just exercise some humility and just come out, say, I am sorry, I canceled my event at the last second, UGA team, right? I was embarrassed to come out because there wasn't a lot of people, and I'm under a lot of pressure right now. That works. Humanity works, okay? I did tell a stupid lie about the surgeon. It was a big lie. It was a really dumb lie. I don't know why I said it. You know why I said it? Because I was advised to by a really stupid PR agent. That's probably what happened, right? Just deny that in the face of overwhelming evidence. Or respond. Have the courage to respond. Okay, stop with the Hillary Clinton campaign. If people want to ask Hillary Clinton questions about her past and what she did in Haiti, it's not because she's a woman. If people want to ask Erika Kirk questions about her past